Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great evening. The trades in the financials have been pretty easy to call the last couple of days. Sell it. Today we may have a dynamic that's either going to be driven by weakness in the stock market or short covering in front of tomorrow's non-farm payroll numbers. And right now the financials are telling us that there's going to be a little more selling in the stock market off of the opening. Stocks started selling 2 days ago off of Yellen's comments very early in the session, 9:15 Eastern, that stocks were overvalued. Yesterday, Fisher came out and said September would be a good time to consider raising interest rates, and that definitely impacted the financials and the stock market. So will the stock market sell for the third time in our third day in a row, and that's going to be the issue. So we're back to really where we were yesterday. We've got pretty good resistance at 16 to 20 right up here. So the sells 15 to 19, just kind of leaning against this high, picking off this low over here. We've got a C period rotation up. We've got this spill from 20 and a half. So that's an area where we probably will find some resistance. We've got volume at 10, so a short if set can be done this 10 to 13 area. We're in the high volume area, which should slow the market down without news. So today's news, jobless claims 277. And, you know, the default number's been 280, 285, and natural gas inventories at plus 75, and the only people that will pay attention to that will be natural gas traders. There's the Gallup payroll to population survey, which will probably show more people falling out of the workforce, a lower number, and then Bloomberg's consumer confidence. Neither of those two numbers get much play. It's a part of the puzzle, it's a part of the pie, but the market usually does not react to it. If we've had quite a rally from the overnight session low, the overnight session lows came at 26.13 and a half. So we're we're a full point off of that, just about a full point. So somebody's going to take profits here at 13 and a half. And the issue is, do we get short covering in front of tomorrow's non-farm payroll number, or do we get short covering because the stock market continues to sell today? So I think the dynamic that we play with will be whether the market covers their shorts or not. The second sell will be the 23 to 27. The market has been run down in front of tomorrow's non-farm payroll number, and they're looking for 220. I'm going to look for a Credell's article today to see if we can find that add to the article that we put up yesterday on how that number is computed. If that number comes because of all the fluff and all the puffery that goes into that number, on average there's 260,000 new jobs added to the economy because of seasonals. And that number is factored into this estimate of 220. If this number comes in less than 200,000, then the economy is weakening pretty quickly. And a couple of fellows that I work out with at the gym are with Burlington Northern and Union Pacific, and they've started pretty major furloughs with those companies. So that usually means that the real heavy industrial commodities, the raw materials, less are being purchased, less are being moved, and the reason for that is usually lack of demand on the sales side. So on the buy side, we broke this thing out at 4, so got shot for some volatility this morning. We'll make 1 to 5 buy 1, and then buy 2 will be 29 to 25. And we will see what happens. I do believe the focus will be the direction of the E-mini. So 15 to 19 is where we'd like to sell it. We'll put a question mark by 11. We've come quite a ways from this morning's lows, and then 23, 27. Top on the buy side, 1 to 5, and 25 to 29. And it may take a 9 to get in. We'll have to see what the numbers are this morning, the jobless claims number. Okay, Rich can't make the crude talk today. He'll do it tomorrow at 11:30. Rich, that is approved. Not that Rich needs my approval for most of the stuff that he does. Okay, the volatility inside with this 30-year is just amazing. I mean, look at where the low is. 153. We're trading at 55.06. That's 2 full points. The market rallied to 55.15. So structurally, we've got this low over there in the 55.12. So 12 to 16 is the first sell band. And we're going to make it 23 to 27. This is a beast. It's a mother. And you can't keep your losses small. There's plenty of opportunities throughout the day. The way this thing is moving now, you can have 2 to 4 30-second hits and still make money. The breakout came at 25. We're at 06. So we'll make 29 to 25. We'll lean against this as buy 1. And we'll put a question mark by 01. And then we'll make the breakout down here. We came at 17. So we'll make 17 to 21 by 2. And we'll see if that shakes out. And what really drove it, when we were coming off a half point and coming off 1 to 2 points in the 30-year, it's the knob spread was contracting. What will drive this to the upside will be knob spread expanding. Huge moves, though, and lots of potential. Okay, gold, the seller, is most people figure it's the central bank. So 75 to 80 is pretty good support. 80, 82 by 1. 75, 77 by 2. We made it up to 90, 92. That'll be sell 1. And then 95, 97 will be sell 2. See us in a trading range with tomorrow's non-farm payroll number holding us in that trading range. The euro. I haven't seen anything about the talks, what's going on in Europe. Most of the talk that came out overnight was the explosive rally that took place in the Bund today as the European market, because of growth, some signs of growth, is going back to positive yields. And that's impacting our market too. Why? The United States bond market had positive yields. You're getting negative yields in Europe. Sell the euro, buy the dollar, buy U.S. Treasuries. Now you got a positive yield in Europe. Sell the dollar, sell Treasuries, buy. Get on board for a rally in the European debt market. Funny how that works, right? Well, there's two plays there. Okay, a lot's going to swing on what happens with Greece. We talked about 114 yesterday. It held. The market has gotten back to 113. We've got this breakout basically at 1250 Yesterday's other break is 75. So 75 will be buy one. And I do like the short side better. And then our 40 to 50 will be buy two. And again, we're not going to be heroes. We're not going to have real wide stops. We're going to take our shots. I like the short side better. The spill was from 30, so 25 to 35, sell one. And then last rotate up stopped at 55, 50 to 60 will be sell two. And we'll see what happens. The crude's been kind of quiet. Saudi ground troops entered Yemen yesterday in response to attacks on their border posts in that little city. But we haven't seen any fallout from that. They also offered to buy Yemen off with a reconstruction rebuilding. We'll bomb you. We'll turn parts of your cities to rubble, and we'll come back in and rebuild it. That's kind of a good deal. Don't know the outcome of either. But again, if you don't go in and unconditional surrender from your enemies, you delay the problem. You know, and we've been fighting this since the Korean War. That's been our philosophy. You don't go in and crush people. The last war where there was an unconditional surrender was World War II, and you can see the outcome of that. The enemy quietens them down for a while, then they rebuild and they come right back at you. So crude oil, buyer at 60, seller at 62. It tends to trade a $2 range. So we're 60.50, 60.75 buy one, 60 plus or minus buy two. On the sell side, we're pointed higher, so we'll make 50 to 75 sell one, and 62, 62 and a quarter sell two. And if the Middle East eats up some more, we should get a little rally today. Okay, the E-mini's under pressure. Do we get some short covering sometime today because of tomorrow's non-farm payroll number? And you would think so. Looking at the F1 screen, we've talked about these different numbers. We had support in this. See it right there, this kind of breakout in this 59.60 area. They did get down to 57 overnight. We've got volume at 48.50. The low volume numbers all the way down to 22. I don't think we can make that today. So can we get the third day of selling? And 75, 77 is resistance. And on the support side, probably 60, 65 is support. And will the market sell for the third day in a row? Will it come in and support the market? Does volume attract? I say it does. 74, 76, sell one. 79, 81, sell two. On the buy side, 63, 65, buy one, and then 60 plus or minus buy two. Jobless claims, 277. That's the only number we have today, so follow through selling. My guess is the low is probably in. I should have pretty good support in that 60, 65 area. Want to get short to see if we can get back down there, and then if 60, 65 holds, we can trade from the long side. It'll take at least 20 minutes to get everything up. I'm going to get busy on that. I will see you as soon as I can.